Jeff Bezos and Amazon, he said, your profit is my opportunity. So like his business model is to have his price lower than everybody. Same value. He's not focused on value there with their online selling business, with their cloud server business. It's a totally different story. With their grocery business, it's a different story. But with the actual Amazon that we all started with, right? He said, your profit here is my opportunity because I'll just undercut your price. So there's a few different ways that you can build this business, right? Here, this is all about quantity, right? He needs to get every single person buying multiple items on Amazon every single day in order to actually scale profit into something that's going to be beneficial to his shareholders, which he did. Everybody buys on Amazon, right? So like this is you can think about this. These are even the ways that you deliver business, or business models. Like a boutique clothing company, like a luxury brand like Louis Vuitton or Gucci, they would take a totally different approach. The value, a shirt that you're wearing is honestly probably the same as TJ Maxx, right? But the price is going to be all the way over here. Their cost, and unfortunately with, outsourced to overseas, is the same or less than a lot of these basic brands. And not to disparage these companies. Sorry, it sounds kind of like I'm poo-pooing on luxury brands. Some of them do it right, but it's a totally different business model, right? They're gonna suck as much as they can out of the value, and it's perceived value, right? Like if I walked in here with a nice Gucci suit with like really nice velvety shoes and a big Gucci belt, you guys would be like, "Whoa, who the heck is this guy?" Right? At the end of the day, I spent $20 on this blazer, and it's probably made in the same factory. So this concept is another business model. So you can think about this as Gucci, this is Amazon, and then you could also look at it as, okay, we're going to start in this model, and then we're going to move our cost as far as we can over here. So now at the end of our triangles over here, the price and value didn't change, but now we've got all this room for profit. So that's kind of the ways in which that you can grow a business, right? You could either increase your price, hopefully increasing your value to justify that price. You could decrease your cost, gobble it up, like Andrew, or what's his name, Horowitz said, software is going to eat the world. It's going to drive everything to zero. So you can drive that cost to zero. Or you can do some combination of the, the above here. So for somebody like Uber, they basically went to market. Their cost, they were going to do what Sean said, right? They're just going to spend as if they're a $1 billion company from day one. Their burn rate in VC is like $10 million a month or something was their burn rate. So they're going to way outspend, but they're just going to infuse their business with as much cash as possible from investors. And then they're going to figure out this triangle after they get to a certain level of scale. So that's another way to do it. Not encouraged, especially if you're bootstrapping, which is basically, that's what I came into, is a bootstrap company with an Uber model without a path to get to Uber. It's like, this is a recipe for disaster. So anyway, so we went to SaaS subscription. We did see an uptick in profit for a very limited period of time. But again, like Sean mentioned, they got really excited and were like, okay, we could probably be a $5 million company. Let's invest in that overhead. Or they had other divisions. Let's take on some of the expenses of that other division because now we've got all this profit. What happens is you ultimately end up right where you started, and now you're in this doom loop of trying to solve for your loss without actually focusing on the right problem. The loss, the financial statement, is a backwards facing scoreboard. It's like the Chicago Bulls losing, right? And then they're like, man, what can we do to have won that game? The game's over. You lost the game. Like, you got to think about, okay, how are we going to move forward and learn from those mistakes? What plays are we gonna run this next game and learn from that loss?